It has been made no secret that Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe will be leaving the club this summer, because he ended up telling the club that he will not be renewing his contract. So this means that in the summer he will be a free agent and he will not need an actual transfer fee to be paid for him to leave the club. He can then go and negotiate contracts with other clubs, even though it is being reported that he has apparently already negotiated a contract with another club to join this summer. And yeah, you can probably guess which club that is. However, ever since it was said that he's leaving this summer, there have been several clubs said to be interested in Kylian Mbappe, and some of these include Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, Real Madrid, the clear front runner, and then Manchester City, believe it or not. I'll let you take that as you will, but to be honest, for most of these, I don't really think a lot of them can sign him. Arsenal, they might be able to. I think they would have to sell a few players. All of this depends on really how much Mbappe would ask for. Then with Chelsea, I don't think they'd be able to sign him because of FFP and the amount of money they've spent over the past couple of years, shedding out 100 or close to 100 million for multiple players. I don't think they'd really be able to make any other big money signings. Man United could probably afford his wages, but I don't think he would want to go to a club like Man United, who aren't even in the Champions League next season or the Europa League at the moment. Then Real Madrid, the clear front runner, can obviously afford him. Really the favourites to go and get him, so it wouldn't surprise me if he did go to Real Madrid. Then the last one, which I found a bit funny, was Manchester City, and I get it, they've got all the money in the world, so they're going to be in contention for him. However, they've already got Haaland, and they've also got their own FFP charges to worry about, so I don't think Manchester City will sign him either. However, as I said, Real Madrid are the strong front runners to actually sign him, and they're one of the only few teams in the world that can sign him, really, apart from Manchester City apparently. So yeah, I think Madrid are really the only one team that could actually sign him, if I'm being brutally honest, that he would actually want to go to. So looking at Kylian Mbappe this season currently, in 36 games he scored 38 goals and managed to rack up 12 assists, which are very, very impressive numbers. But then again, a lot of people say that, oh yeah, that's only because he's playing in Ligue, and they call that a farmers league. Make of that what you will. Still 38 goals and 12 assists in 36 games. This is in all competitions as well, so this is including his international performances with France, but the majority of these are going to be in Ligue 1. So yeah, I do think that those are impressive numbers, even if he is playing in the French top division, which a lot of people don't really see as that great of a league, but then again, that's people's subjective opinion. So then moving on to the actual competitions he's in, they are first in Ligue 1 and first by quite a margin, which is no surprise there. They are currently in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League with a 2-0 first leg lead, and they are also in the quarterfinals of the French Cup as well. So really, wherever Mbappe goes now, the big question everyone will have is, how will he do? Because this is a very, very difficult thing to actually predict, and it is very, very hard to tell until this move actually happens. And this is down for a few reasons. No one knows how he's going to adjust, in himself, to moving to another team. Players react very, very differently. Some players get used to actually being in one league or playing for a particular team for so long, and then when they move to a different country, they really just don't adapt well. No specific reason, they just prefer to be in one league basically. And then also there's the other thing of the actual league itself, because every single one around the world, they have different players and they have different systems, and the leagues just play a lot differently. Some leagues are more attacking, some leagues are more defensive, some leagues literally just play completely differently to other leagues. Some leagues play similar as well, but then again, different players, the way teams play as well can really affect how certain players adapt, purely because different systems will fit different players, and some teams have less of a system as well, and then some teams are just built around certain players. So there's a lot of factors that do actually go into this, and the league that I do think he would do best in is La Liga. because he would probably end up going to Real Madrid, and there he would literally have a world-class team around him that would be able to give him the service that he needs to actually score. I don't think he would score as much if he does go to Real Madrid. I don't think he'll score as much as he does in France, purely because in PSG he's like the main guy in the team. If he goes to Real Madrid, he's going to a team full of world-class players, and this really changes how he would be able to play. Plus, Carlo Ancelotti has a system as well, and this system is really predicated off all of the players in the team actually having a role. And yet, Kylian Mbappe might have a role of the main goal scorer, but that doesn't mean he's going to get all the goals. That is going to be distributed around the team, because that's really how Real Madrid play. They're not specifically designed to fit or be built around one player. This team is kind of built around everyone, if that makes any sense. So I don't think he would have as good of a career statistically at Real Madrid, but he probably would win more trophies and a lot more trophies and a lot more meaningful trophies. So also, those world-class players around him will then draw players kind of away from him, giving him better opportunities and opening up more of the play for him. So he might have a season where he scores a lot more goals. He might have a season where he scores more goals like he does at PSG, where he scores like a goal a game, and then he might have another season where he doesn't score as many, because like I said, there's a lot of world-class players at Real Madrid, and I doubt that the team would be specifically built around Mbappe, considering that they also have players like Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. at the club as well, who can play just as big of a role. And they've also proven that they can play just as big of a role as Kylian Mbappe can, because remember, a couple of seasons ago they did win the Champions League as well in Benzema's last season at the club. However, if he went to the Premier League, the most likely option would be that he wouldn't have as good of a team. So really, he would have more competition from other teams as well. They wouldn't be like the out-and-out favourite in the league. Plus, he wouldn't have as many world-class players around him, so not as many players would be drawn away from him. And then the issue you have is, if Mbappe is the main player in the team, if he's marked out the game, the team is going to struggle more, because they're going to struggle to get the ball to Mbappe, and they're going to struggle to actually make chances for him, because there's going to be more players really on Mbappe and making sure that he doesn't get a very good chance at goal. So I do think that overall, if he does go to La Liga, I don't think he'll be a flop or anything like that. He might struggle for the first season, maybe. He might not have as great of a first season, but I think then going into his second season, he would kind of pick everything up and it would go a lot better. And then I do think that that would be the best option for him as well, due to the team that he would have around him. So those are my thoughts on Kylian Mbappe moving away from PSG. Let me know what you think will happen down in the comments. Which team will he go to? How well will he do? Will it take him a season or two to actually get used to the new league he's in? Leave all that down in the comments. If you like the video, obviously drop a like, and also subscribe if you want to keep up to date with the videos that I post every week. And yeah, so thank you for listening to the video, and I will see you in the next one.